okay, we got to make sure we have an amazing show for these people and they're not disappointed. And at that point we realized like Mauser had a very, very professional like PDF file and everything typed out of the production notes of we're going to play this video, this guy's going to be out to this music, this guy's going to be out to this music, this guy over this music plays this next. Very, very well done. What wasn't available to anybody was just an itinerary or just a card, a fight card.
Oh shit.
If we look at, nobody did it. Nobody had a fucking piece of paper available. So I grabbed one of those posters because it's all we have. Turn that shit over. 1, Wilbur Matthews. 2, Hurt segment. 3, Broski's attack. So.
Gotcha.
So I write it on the back of it on the fly for the refs to kind of like figure out who's reffing what. I give the production meeting at like 6:30, which is way too late. So. Again, wasn't...
No, that's an important part, man.
Very, very, very important. But if you want a cool story at the end of this, there's a cool story. So, we have a friend, her name is Natalie, and she goes to basically any independent wrestling show she can. She brings Robert with her, and Robert is special needs. Yeah, he was sitting front row there.
Actually, I think I saw him.
And he lives like in a group home, and she's an aide. Okay. And she's told me before, she's like, I'd never had any interest in wrestling at all. She's like, I love Robert. He loves wrestling, so I took him out to a show. She's like, now I'm personally hooked, but still he gets to be himself when he's out there because he lives in a home where he doesn't get to choose what time he goes to bed, doesn't get to choose what he gets to eat, doesn't get to choose much of anything. That's the life that they have.
Yeah.
So when he's outside and he's at a wrestling show and he's happy and he gets the choice, like it makes him happy. So I promised, I said, I'm like, hey, I'm going to keep a poster back and I'll try to get everybody to sign it.
Oh, yeah.
I never had a fucking minute to even ask, So, and at that point, all the posters were gone. So I see after the show, they're standing off to the corner because Robert usually likes to talk to some of the guys. Well, he's not very verbal, but he likes to, we'll talk to Natalie and we'll talk to Robert.
Yeah.
So I run to the back. I sprint. I'm like, oh shit. And I hope that as we're cleaning up, I hope nobody grabbed that and threw that away. Because it's on the table, taped down on the backside with the card sticking up.
Yeah.
It's not, it's still there.
Hell
so
yeah.
I go and I grab it and I run it back out there with the tape on it and everything. And Robert will hate it if you talk down to him. Like, don't talk to him like a baby. You talk to him like a person.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And and he probably won't respond back to you, but he recognized when you talk to him like a person. So I come out there and I go, all right, so I need to apologize. I know I promised you one of these. I know I promised I'd try to get people to sign. I'm like, I was so busy. I didn't have a chance. But what I got is something a little bit cooler. So what I got, I said, a few of the fans will have some of these posters. They'll have one.
Yeah.
What they won't have is this. And I turn it over and I show them. And I said, without this, the show doesn't happen. I was like, this is what happened on the show tonight. This is our Bible. This is what we needed to have this happen. And I said, and not one other person in this entire world will have this except for you. I handed it to him, and he smiled ear to ear.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
he
understood it. He understood what it was and what it meant.
Yeah.
And then Natalie told me later that he actually got it framed and has it in his room.
That's like getting the set list from like a concert or something.
I mean,
it's like taped to the floor that they actually look at to know what they're playing. Like, that's super
to
cool.
him, that was it. It's a one of a kind thing, and he grasped it. He understood.
Yeah.
And like she was like, Robert, can you tell him thank you? And he was just had a smile ear to ear, and he didn't say anything. I was like, I don't need a thank you. I need a fist bump. And he gave me a fist bump, and like, and like,
hell
fuck,
yeah.
man, that's what it's about.
That is what it's about. That's a cool moment. That's that.
We just talked for well over an hour about all the work going into doing this, and if that was it, if that was the only payoff, it would be worth it.
That made it all worth
50
it.
50 times
sure.
over. Man.
No, that's a really cool story. That's so cool. I might clip it out and make like a little clip on that.
That would be cool. I think so. And I think that's the shit that should be shared. It really should, because it means this show meant a lot. It meant a lot to a lot of people. It meant a lot to us as the boys. It meant a lot, as for us to put on that show. It was closure in a weird way.
Yeah.
And it meant a lot to the fans, of course. But when you get something like that, you get to make a person's whole night, week, probably. You know what I mean? Like, real life.
Yeah.
Made him as happy as he could possibly be by just a gesture of doing the shit that we were going to do anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to run these shows. We're going to entertain who we can entertain. But if we can just do just one little thing above and beyond and just make a dude's world. Fuck, man.
I've said so many times that Bill Murray is my favorite person that I don't know, and that's because for many reasons. I'm sure people can understand, but Bill Murray is one of those guys that he'll just show up random places and do random things.
Yeah,
he'll show up at somebody's wedding or somebody's party or something, and he said that the reason he does that is because he said he realized back in the day that he has the power to make great moments for people.
Yeah,
like, and only he can do that. You know what I mean? Like he does it not for himself, but he does it because he knows that this is something these people are never going to forget for the rest of their life. He says he has that superpower, and he says he feels like he has to.
You could win $1 million, and you could spend $1 million, and you don't have $1 million anymore. But the moments, an actual moment in your life, are somewhat they're undescribable, but they're definitely irreplaceable. Like you can't. And I genuinely feel like we had that out of the show as a whole.
Sure.
I really, really do. I mean, when you look at it on the surface and any of the talent, you can look back and you say, I had this match and I got paid X amount, and I'll say it without saying, everybody got taken care of pretty well. We had money to go around. So, you had your match and it was a good match, and you had a crowd reaction, it was a good crowd reaction, and you got your pay, and that's just a night in your life. But the feeling that you had, and the whole show was a moment. The whole show was an experience. I was on cloud 9 for quite a while.